Sorry, my dog's being a bell. Come here.
What did he say? He's got us to play the dog's bell.
No, he's being a bell, is what I said,
Oh,
Charlie.
And welcome to the Funny Farm, the boys in home. Anyway, welcome to the Funny Farm, I'm Charlie. And we've also got Chris, who's on my left, and Joe, who's on my right. And Joe's just been telling us that he's got a sleep map. And I said, you're going to have to save that for the pod. Because
Just 1 second, don't worry, I'll cut the song at the beginning out, don't worry. But when I did the edit for the Andrew episode that's out, but I shouldn't say Andrew, it's not Prince Andrew, let me just say that, it's not Prince Andrew. The Andrew episode, I went like, I've got Charlie on my left, and it's fucking not right. It doesn't work out. So let's stop doing that, because every week it's wrong. Unless we.
You know what? But that's what's so good about this, isn't it? This is raw. It's raw.
I'm above you on this chart. I'm at the top. Chris is on my bottom right. You're on my bottom left.
So I've got mine's across. So I've got Charlie to the left as I look, and Joe to the right. I'm not. Yours is up and down, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
I have it.
Like a triangle like that on mine.
Yeah. A little bit like his sex life.
So, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, listeners and viewers, this is the arduous tasks that we have to bring you great content every week. You know what I mean? Yeah. And in order for us to do that, we have to sleep well. So over to Joe for the sleep correspondent for the week. Explain.
Yeah, I've got this sleep app that I use.
I thought you said sleep map. I thought you said sleep map.
Well, it's an app, but it basically maps out your sleep patterns. And the reason I have to do it is because on a Friday, well, this is half the reason why I packed up Fridays at the bar, because basically over the weekend, I was getting on average around 6.5 hours sleep in 2.5 nights. And so I was absolutely shattered every time it came to Monday.
That's Marine shit, that is, isn't it? Royal Marine standard, that.
But the thing is that like I've got this new sleep app that's like, well, I got recommended it anyway.
What's it called, Joe?
I don't know what it's called. Sleep. Let me just have a look.
Is it called Sleepy Bear or something like that? What's it called?
It's called Shut Eye. Shut Eye is what it's called.
That is essential if you want to sleep, is that you shut your eyes.
Yeah. And basically what it does, I don't know how it works, but it's really good, and it tracks exactly when you sleep, and it tells you when you go into a deep sleep, and obviously when you're awake, but you know that yourself anyway. And it just gives you recordings of the night. So obviously, like, normal recordings are basically just like you coughing or snoring or something like that. And I always try to like.
Does it pick up farting?
Yeah. In fact, there's a fair few of them. And,
how does that work then? Sorry to interrupt, because if I had this app, how does it? So it picks up sounds from me, yeah. But I've got a fucking wife and a dog that snore like bastards. So how would that work?
It goes on. I'm sure it's AI, but it knows it's you or knows it's somebody else.
It recognises your own fart, snores and things.
Yeah,
that smells like a Joe fart. That one's a bit eggy. That's the fucking dog.
Yeah,
that's a vegan fart. That one.
But it categorises everything as well. So it'll put like, it'll put chattering teeth. So, we may as well do ASMR on here, aren't we? Then you've got.
What does that mean?
It's ASMR. It's like, when you get like people with a hypersensitive microphone.
Sounds sexual, doesn't it?
On a glass.
Yeah.
or they'll like get like, I don't know, a piece of paper and just rip it like and yeah, that sort of stuff. But it categorises every sound. So if you've got if you snore, it puts it in a snoring file. If you're talking in your sleep, it puts it in talking in the sleep and stuff like that. And
Does it
then
catch you scratching your arse?
I think so. I'll have to have a look, Charlie. But,
Joe is having a wank.
now he's searching for his sock.
yeah.
Joe has thrown his sock in the washing bin.
And
Joe
we
shot,
did it on it the other day. So
Joe shot Solomon in the eye.
I've got this. So I'm looking for the categories, and then next minute I noticed that there was a new category that I'd never seen before. A category called footsteps. And I was like,
Footsteps.
Joe is being burgled.
so next minute, right? I clicked into this file, and I
How
could just
long
hear
did
them.
Sorry, go on.
And,
I can be on this for ages.
and all I can hear is just footsteps moving about. And I'm just like you know when you're like trying, because obviously you have to really turn it up, and I'm like trying to listen in like this, and I was like, what footsteps? What are they? And then I worked out it were my cat.
Well, you
Right.
could if you had a spliff, mate. Those footsteps would sound a lot louder, wouldn't they?
Well, the thing is, my cat was walking around my bed, like not around the actual bed, like but on top of my mattress, like on the duvet, and it had got because they do that, cats, and they pull at the thing. So all you hear like this, duck, 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 like that, and then you just hear this, like this, and you're thinking, what in the world is that? At first, like when you're like listening,
Helen
and
is
then
scratching Joe's back.
yeah, and then I realised that it was him. And I was just like, but the point of the day is, so he recommended to me last night that I got 15 hours sleep. So it says, yeah, all
The
right,
fuck who has 15 hours fucking sleep?
but it's only because
That's
I'd had
mental.
7 hours sleep in like 2 nights.
Right, so it's one.
But,
It asks you to catch up.
yeah, but Friday actually was my own fault because I knew I was teaching at 8 in the morning, so I had to be up for 7. But yeah, me and Helen watched that Catch Me If You Can.
With Tom Hanks.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Leonardo DiCaprio.
It's a brilliant film, is that?
Yeah, I'd never seen it in my life, and it was
Frank
fantastic.
Abagnale. Not Abagnale, not Abagnale, Abagnale.
Yeah.
That's the one, isn't it?
It's Abagnale, isn't it?
Abagnale, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. Don't give a fuck, mate, to be fair.
What you got going on with?
And then he so we watched that anyway, and it got to, I didn't know what time it was, and it ended up being 1 o'clock in the morning. And I went, great, my first Friday off the bar to try and sleep earlier. And I still went to bed we still didn't get to sleep till about 2:30 anyway. So you know what I mean? And then
Was you having a bit in the bed, were you?
I'm going to say he's no 30-second wonder, is he? Went to bed at 1, didn't get to sleep till fucking 2, smashing it!
Yeah, he had his app on. Joe is going in for some anal sex.
I hope Helen's not watching this.
She will. But
anyway, Helen, we're only joking.
He might have been in bed with Solomon.
Let me just tell you the bit though, Charlie, because it's the bit we've all been getting excited and hearing about. So last night I did this 15-hour sleep, and it came up and it said achievement unlocked, deep hyper sleep, and I was like, what on earth's that? And I was in it for 10 minutes, and basically it's a bit, it's where you've gone that much into a sleep that I think that you're pretty much going into a coma at this point or something, by what I can gather. I mean, you're not, but you know what I mean, it feels like it.
Joe has died.
Yeah. But I feel more worn out from having 15 hours sleep than if I'd have just had 6 or 7.
Yeah, but it's still good for you. You might feel like that. Oversleep's always a fucker, isn't it? You know, but it's not oversleep over the days, is it? You've just basically recalibrated where you're at. That's cool, then, isn't it? Talking about these achievements unlocked, I just thought about this when. So you've got a sleep app that you get an achievement for going to sleep, right?
Yeah.
Does any of you use Waze?
I used to years ago. I don't anymore.
So this is like a sat nav thing. I think it's better
Yeah.
than Google Maps personally. But as you're driving along, it goes to you like it goes. There's a pothole in 1 mile. Is it still there? And if you click like it's there or it's not there, it gives you like. So basically, the sat nav is encouraging you to take your mind off driving and press a fucking button. But it unlocks like you get these diamond things if you do it. So, but
Okay.
what I like to do is it'll go police in the road. Are they still there? And if they are, I'll go, no, they've gone.
Yeah.
I like to try and confuse the fuck out of it. But anyway, that's an aside. Yeah, interesting. So
Google Maps do that now.
Do they really?
Yeah, they brought that in now. It'll say like, is there still a mobile speed camera on Hena Road or something? You know what I mean? And 9 out of 10 times you go, no, like
No.
that, and then you turn the corner and you're like, oh, there it is. You know?
Fuck! Joe has been caught for speeding.
Yeah, literally.
Catch me if you can, Abagnale, you prick.
Yeah.
Oh, good stuff, good stuff.
Anyway, Chris, how was your weekend? Did you have any sleep problems?
No, not sleep problems. I've been fucking. I can't talk about my business thing, kind of really on here. I don't know. So my insurance has gone up 3 times. So that was fucking shite.
Yeah.
So I've got to pay more because of the people that I'm working with. So that was fucking crap. The good thing was, so this is like the double whammy. So like I did my VAT return, and that came in last week. So I paid my VAT, and it was half what I had before because I'd got a lot more workers out previously, and it's going to go back up again, but it's weighed out. So I'm like, yeah, it's half, and then I'm like, but I've got to pay that extra. What was on my VAT bill last month is now what I've got to pay extra on my insurance. So it's just fucking totally flatlined it. And then I was thinking to myself, it's great this month because in February and March you don't pay your council tax, do you? So it's like a little couple of bonus months that you get. And then I went to meet my sister yesterday morning, and I got just up the road to Bramcote Crem, and a fucking beep happened on my car, and it goes, fucking oil light comes on, it goes, stop your car immediately, check your fucking oil levels. So I turned around and limped it home, but it was making some whirring noises, so I don't know if my car's fucked. My mechanic's coming round, hopefully today, to have a look at it. But I mean, it's an old car. I think I got ripped off with it. To be honest with you, I've had to put a new clutch in it, which I think they knew it was wrong, and when they sold it me, and I'm just a bit rubbish. So when I bought the car, I think I've mentioned this on pod before. You press the accelerator down sometimes, and it was like making like a whirring, like a, and it was like basically what was happening was the clutch was slipping. But that was happening from day one of me having the car, and I just lived with it and cracked on. I didn't know that the clutch was fucked, so I think I was I bought it off somebody that I know. I'm not arsed, it was cheap, so it doesn't really matter. And now I don't know. I'm hoping that I've not done damage to the engine, but I checked the oil when I got back, and there's oil in it, so I think it's a filter that's blocked or something. I nearly phoned you up, Charlie, to see if you could pop round and have a look at it.
I am good with washing machines.
With your washing machine.
Between cars and washing machines, mate.
But the point is, like, and you know, I think I mentioned this last week with the insurance thing, like about how little things, like I can deal with all the big stuff in life. That doesn't bother me. You know, we've dealt with loads of fucking issues with the kids and stuff, specifically over the last few years, and it's been really, really tough, you know, hospitals and all sorts, and it's been really, really tough, and I can deal with that. And when I was in corporate, they'd go, Chris, can you sort this out? And I've dealt with like deaths on site, I've dealt with all of these things that are like fucking major. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely major. My car starts farting about, and I just instantly, my brain goes, I don't want to fucking be here anymore. I've had
I'm
enough. And
like
I was talking to my mate Dean. I borrowed my missus's car yesterday afternoon, went to meet the lads who I'm going on holiday with. And he said he's exactly the same. Anything goes wrong in the house, a leak or something like that, or a car goes wrong, or something like tiny happens, and it's like, I could be told that like I've got cancer, and I think I'd handle it better than my car breaking down. I honestly do. I think I'd handle it better. I don't get it.
yeah,
But
I
you're the
agree,
same, mate,
Chris.
Joe.
Yeah, because the amount of times, like, the first time ever was when I hit that pothole. Was it a couple of weeks ago now?
Mm.
Oh,
And
when you changed your wheel.
you what? Sorry.
When you changed your wheel.
Yeah, and it's like, but the thing is that literally when I hit it, normally whenever I've hit a pothole or something, I go into a full-on meltdown. I'm screaming, shouting. I don't know what to do because the thing is, it's out of my control. I don't have a clue how on earth I'm going to get home, how on earth I'm going to get a new tire, how much it's going to cost me, and all these things go through my head in literally a split second.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing. It's the element of surprise, isn't it? And it's like
Yeah.
how you deal with that. And the bit I came with on that day was I thought to myself, this day's been absolutely perfect. I thought every lesson's been on. I've ate right. I've had some laughs with my lessons as well. I remember me and Sophie having a good chat, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
everybody was just great, and it was a lovely day. And I knew, and I know this sounds weird, but I knew I was due something. And then when I hit that pothole, because I was kind of expecting something to happen. I dealt with it totally different to how I normally would. I was just like, there it is. You know what I mean? And
I think
yes,
I think a couple of days before I'd hit a pothole and had to have mine done.
you did. Because I
Yeah.
remember you telling me. You said, oh, we just had to have new tyres on this.
I went out to pick up. This does my fucking head in as well, right? I don't know. This is going to sound daft, but I'd gone out to pick a prescription up for Sophie for her stuff that she gets from the pharmacy, right?
Yeah.
And that fucked me off even more. I'm not blaming anyone else, but it's like I didn't even need to fucking go out. It was like
Yeah.
I've gone out for somebody else, fucking hit this cunting pothole that you need to sort out, by the way, whoever's responsible for it. Get them fucking potholes sorted out. It's fucking ridiculous. We pay our road tax. We pay everything out. We pay fortunes to the fucking government. And we have to deal with this. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like, and these aren't just little potholes anymore, are they?
No,
They're
they're
like
massive.
fucking, yeah, they're
Craters.
huge.
They don't
Craters.
seem
Yeah,
to
yeah.
resurface any B roads or anything like that these days, do they? There's just like the roads just down the streets by us are awful, terrible.
I don't know. You've never been to our house, but Joe obviously has, and we've got like this little service road, and it is a council adopted road. I'm pretty sure it is, but it's like fucking unreal. It's like off-roading.
I
You
started
go down
coming
the
the other
road like
way
that. Yeah, it's a fucking nightmare.
because
Absolute nightmare.
I used to turn into the garden centre bit and then come that way, but I've realised now that it's because they built that house, haven't they, at the beginning?
That's what's
Uh,
caused that bit there. Yeah.
yeah,
The,
they've chunked the road up. Honestly, it's just terrible.
yeah.
And the
But
other
then you
day, sorry, I was
go
going
on,
to
mate.
say last week, I remember driving down and I literally got thrown like that when you know what I mean,
It's
because of the
fucking
holes. And you're
crazy.
like, what's going on here?
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And then every now and then, two doddering old fucking ball bags come down with a
Yeah.
wagon with some fucking tarmac, and they just chuck a little bit of tarmac in and pad it down. And I'm not even joking. Within 2 weeks, it's back to how it was. It's ridiculous,
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah,
ridiculous. And like I mean, to be fair, I knew that my tyres needed changing. So in a way, that one didn't bother me as much. What did me was that I was coming down the hill from the pharmacy and I heard it going, and I thought, fuck me, I've had a blowout. I knew I'd hit a pothole, but
yeah.
I didn't know it had blown it out because it kind of just boom like that, and then I carried on, and then I'm coming down the hill, so I managed to get it into the Asda at the bottom of the road, and that's when my anxiety then started going off. How am I going to get home? What am I going to do? So, and I rung the insurance, and then my missus rang me and said there's a tyre place just around the corner, and they were fucking brilliant, and I can't remember what they were called. I will give them a shout out. I think it's NTS Tyres. Nottingham Tyre Services, I think it is. And they're down. I might have got that wrong, but they're down on near the Stoot in Ilkeston, on near that Stanton Road bit.
I know which one is that.
They were dead good, mate. Really good. The guy was dead nice, and I had to have the other tyre done, so I took it down the day after because that needed doing as well, and they did it all for me, and they were great. But it was it's that bit of anxiety. But I suffer travel anxiety really bad. If somebody's coming with me, it's nowhere near. I'm fine if like Jane's with me, or like when we went to Chester, it was cool because you were with me and this, that, and the other. I don't know what it is. I don't know why I get this like travel anxiety, but my missus always knows what to do, and she's dead good at stuff like that. She's really good at reacting to. So we were quite a good pair in that sense, I think, because if it's the small stuff, she'll just go, oh, you just need to do this, and that's what she did with the insurance. You just need to do this, and like I rung her and said, because Sophie was at home and I couldn't get in touch with her to tell her what had happened. So I rung Jane and she said, oh, this tyre company, and she sorted it out. So it's like we make a really good pair in that side because I'm better at doing the bigger shit, if you like. But anyway, I wobble on about this. It's fucking horrible. Hate it. Had a rubbish weekend. Didn't get to see my sister, which is shite because I don't get to see her that often. So yeah, Saturday was good though. Me and Jane had quite a chilled day on Saturday. I can't even remember what we did, but it was
Did
good.
you watch any of the curling? I had a sporty day. I was getting over me flu. I had a sporty day on Saturday, so I watched the curling and the rugby.
Yeah.
So that type of curling, Joe, calm down.
Is it the Six
Joe,
Nations?
early. Pardon?
Is it the Six Nations at the minute?
Yeah, Six Nations on. Yeah. So England,
give us a rundown because I've not watched any of it. I've not watched any sport over the weekend. So give us what happened then. What's happened with the first few games?
England battered Wales on Saturday.
Well, that's good. Because my mum and dad are like
Olympics.
semi-Welsh, aren't they?
I don't know what's happened. I'm half Welsh, I am. I'm half Welsh. So I was going at. I mean, I've been ill, haven't I? So I felt like shit for the last couple of weeks. Otherwise, I would have popped over to Wales to watch the rugby on Saturday. That's what my plan was.
What, with family?
I was going to go to Real Rugby Club.
Yeah.
Have you been up there?
No.
It's boss, like for a breakfast or something. And like, there's a big play park there to take the kids. And then I always jump on the pitch with the lads with the rugby ball because I've got rugby balls in the car, so I have a game with the lads in there.
Nice.
Lads. So I was going to go over there on Saturday, but I just felt like shit. So I just thought I'm going to have a day in. Curling and rugby it was. Curling and rugby.
We'll have to meet up and do that. I think we're up there at the end of March. Something like that, I think.
Yeah, that's probably a good time, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could
We're
do
going. We're coming over to that. We're going to the Chester Comedy Club on. I think it's the 28th. So it's that weekend type when we're coming. Cause it's my dad's birthday, the 27th.
Yeah.
So we're coming over at that point. Yeah. So yeah, we'll have to do something. So England beat Wales. Who played other than that then?
The opening was on Thursday, so that was France. Was that France and Ireland? Yeah, and you had Italy and Scotland. So the Italians beat the Scotland and the French beat the Irish on Thursday. So
fucking hell. French beat the Irish.
Yeah.
So Scotland did Scotland win?
No, they got beaten by the Italians.
Wow, fucking hell. We could get this then, couldn't we? Grand Slam.
Yeah. I don't know if we get a Grand Slam. I reckon we'll probably get beaten by France in the last game. But yeah, something like that will happen. We were looking strong actually, but Wales were very poor. But
Yeah.
as
really
you
got
know,
in. I really got into the Six Nations about 5 years ago, because I was actually going out with a girl,
a
and
rugby
she
player.
was Welsh. Well, she is Welsh, and so I had to I had to try and understand rugby because I don't get why a scrum comes in. I don't get why when it's like anything like that. But I just think just run and just jump in it.
It's
That's
good to
all.
watch. You know what? Watching it like, and you see all these. They're all like they got blood coming out their ears because my lads play rugby and my missus is watching it going, oh, I hope this doesn't happen to my boys. And like there's blood coming out the ears. They got cauliflower ears. Not my boys. You know, like the players of the last few days. They're like big black eyes and all that, and they don't want to come off. They just want to get stuck in, you know. And they do.
Yeah.
There's blood all over the collars and that.
I bet
Like
your lads backs though, or they
I've
play
got
forward.
forward. I've got the one who's sort of like in a position at the moment. He's playing forward, but he's always in the ruck. So he's the first one in the ruck.
Yeah.
In the ruck
So
and like the small scrum and stuff.
So I used to play rugby and stuff, and I don't know why you have a scrum down and stuff like that, but you just do what the ref tells you, don't you? I haven't played since I was like dead young, 15, I think I stopped playing rugby, but I was a prop forward, and that's the weird thing about rugby, like you watch football and your forwards are the attackers, and your backs are your defenders, and in rugby your forwards are like your defensive line, and
Yeah.
your backs are your attack. So your backs are your fast guys and whatnot. But I love rugby. I quite like watching rugby league as well because that's quite fast, isn't it? It's a lot
Yeah.
quicker turnover. But
Yeah.
the guys that play rugby, they're fucking brilliant, aren't they? I often say that they should make footballers play rugby in training to toughen them up a bit. Like, because back in the day, footballers were tough, but they're not anymore, are they? It's like broken toenail, they're out for 3 weeks.
You generally find that like your football teams, and I've noticed this since being a parent and all that. The football teams only take the superstars, or they just want to stick the superstars in the main team or whatever. And rugby, there's a place in that team in rugby. There's 15, isn't there? Plus your subs and all that. When we don't play that at the moment, it's like 9 aside. But there's a place for everyone in rugby, no matter what your ability, no matter what your skill. There's always a place for you. You know.
Yeah, rugby's brilliant. I mean,
we were playing yesterday, and my lad come back and he's got like all these scratches and bruises all over his face, and he's made up. You know, he's taking pictures of them. Want to send them to me, mates. You know.
I remember I was scrumming down when I played for Swanwick Hall, the school I was at. I was never any good at it. Like if a big guy ran at me, I just used to move out of the way. I was fat, but I wasn't like. Yeah, I wasn't. That's why they put me at prop. I used to be able to stop people, but I'd just move out of the way generally. But like I remember this guy was scrumming down. I can't remember which team we were playing, and every time we went for a scrum down, this cunt kept whistling in my ear. Just kept whistling in my ear, so I grabbed his bollocks. Just grabbed his fucking bollocks as hard as I could, and he was on the deck when we carried on playing, but he didn't whistle in my ear again. But rugby's great. Like, I mean, I remember going because where I lived up the road was where Amber Valley played and trained. So I trained with Amber Valley for a bit. They moved in the end. But like in the first place, it was like the reason I used to go to rugby training. I don't know if they still do this, but they used to, at the end you got hot dogs. You do your training, then you go and you get hot dog and chips.
When you play away, you get you get your food when you play away.
Well, this was training, Sunday morning training. So I'd go, like my dad would be like, "Are you getting up for rugby, lad?" And I'd be like, "No, I can't be bothered." And he'd go, "You get hot dogs." I'd be like, I'm up. And I'd walk up, do my training for an hour, and then you go in the clubhouse, and all the blokes, because it's a family, it's a community thing. It's not like the football. It's a community thing. So the mums and dads are in the clubhouse and having a beer at lunchtime, and you'd have your hot dogs and whatever, and then you go home and your mum's cooked you a Sunday dinner. So it was like double whammy. It was brilliant, like really good. But we went to Long Eaton, so Lottie played rugby for a little bit. She never played. I don't think not sure if she ever played in a proper match. She might have done. It weren't proper. I mean, she was only young. and we were taking her there, and I think she did it because she wanted to spend time with me. You know, like that's why she goes to the forest with me, and that it's like our thing. You know what I mean? And we went to the rugby, and I remember turning round, and Jane was never very much like Anne Marie, not like up for Lottie doing rugby. She wanted to be a dancer or whatever, which she is. She does dancing and that. And I remember like she was just like skirting around everything, like not getting stuck in. And I goes, look, Lottie, if you don't get fucking stuck in, I'm not bringing you anymore. And that day she got proper stuck in, and she went in and she cut all her lip open. She got battered, fucking smashed all her lip in, and Jane never let her go again. But yeah, that was lovely. That was Long Eaton Rugby Club, and they're cracking up there. If anyone wants to, anyone locally wants to get a good rugby team for the kid, Long Eaton's really friendly and nice up there. And they've got good facilities as well. I used to like that as well. A cup of coffee and a bacon sandwich while they were training and stuff. It was good.
Here's a question. At school, what was your favourite PE sport?
Personally, football.
Football.
Yeah.
I used to like swimming. I was more of a swimmer.
Mm.
I tell you what, like football, I'd say football. I was probably all right at football, but I used to enjoy basketball. Actually, basketball was good fun.
Well, basketball.
Yeah.
Because I was tall, so I was always in the basketball team, and I was always sent down to the off license. A double whammy.
What about you, Joe?
I don't know. I quite used to like croquet and polo.
Oh, of course, yeah. I like fox hunting, you know.
Yeah. On a Saturday, we used to go down to Gymkhana.
No.
I once did a bit of polo with Prince Andrew until I realised he was a sweaty little nonce.
He had his finger on my bottom.
I was pictured with him once, but it wasn't his hand.
To be honest, I am probably going to say rounders. Did you not do that?
Rounders.
Yeah, the summer games were good, weren't they?
No, I'm lying completely.
Cricket.
Yeah, I like a bit of cricket. Alex like cricket.
Don't like cricket.
Well, the thing is that we got Trent Bridge as our PE ground.
Well, that's cool, isn't it?
So, like, to us, it was just, yeah.
I used to go down a boggy field and play cricket. Oh, no, me, I went to Trent Bridge, you know. We were lovely. The groundsman was out there in the morning.
We didn't play on the main, like...
Picky Bird.
We used to play...
They used to open the bar up for us. We had cucumber sandwiches and strawberries, you know, and a little glass of champagne.
In the Pims stand.
Could you imagine if we really like on a PE day, and it's like, so it's PE all day Friday, all day, and then you get to Trent Bridge and everybody's there in the whites, and then it's like, good week so far, guys? Yeah, great week. And then next minute, it's like a teacher at 12 o'clock. Right, come on then. How many overs have we got? Who got 100 overs in that? You know what I mean? And then next minute, right, lunchtime, everybody. We've got some cucumber and prawn sandwiches with some clotted cream and strawberry trifle after.
Smoked salmon and brie, anyone? Oh, lovely. Oh, come on, little boy.
And then
just go and towel yourself down. The PE teacher over there, Mr. Jeffries, he'll towel you down, you know. Yeah. Pop in the tent, he'll sort you out.
What was our PE teacher's surname? Mrs. Davis, that was it.
Oh, you're going to say Maxwell.
Maxwell.
But we did this, I remember we did this school, because basically we played at Trent Bridge, cricket all the time. So we did this, I don't know why it was at all. We did it for literally about a year or 2 years. And anyway, we ended up doing this school sort of cricket league, you know that?
Yeah.
I remember can't think what school it was now, but they came and they got this massive lanky lad. Like honestly, he looked like Peter Crouch,
Charlie.
right? But he was literally
That was
like 10 stone, but he was like dead tall and like he just
me.
stood there like that. And I remember I bowled in, and as the ball came, I put loads of spin on it as well. And this lad clobbered this ball as hard as he could, and there was just this lad on our team that was fielding, but he'd like never really fielded at all. And this ball just literally just went like straight in his
Oh,
face, and not
fucking
one
hell.
person asked him if he was all right. Everybody just carried on like it had never happened, and he's there like.
Like it. Giles is being hit by the ball.
Yeah. I remember that. I was probably about, 11, 12, something like that. Yeah, it was
Fucking
good fun.
hell. Yeah.
I say, and then
Yeah,
the other
I always
PE hall we had, sorry, the other
No, go on.
PE hall we had was Notts County. So
Yeah.
we used to have our gym at school it was like, I don't know what happened. I think it got shut down or it was being demolished or something. So their teacher was just trying to find places to like do PE at. And stroke of luck, we got Trent Bridge and Meadow Lane. You just think to yourself like, but you know what we did
Yeah.
at Meadow Lane? Volleyball.
Nice. Nice.
Topless.
Yeah, topless.
That beach volleyball's good, isn't it? When Summer Olympics comes round.
Yeah.
But I remember, like, I was always more into, because I didn't like it when they used to take the football post and the rugby post down. You know, like at the end of the weather was getting better, so it was athletics and tennis time.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like that. We had like the tennis courts and everything, and then they'd draw the running pitch on there, and you'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, for fuck's sake, it's long jump
Yeah,
and fucking.
I wasn't really an athletics type of person. Didn't mind watching it, but I didn't like taking part.
Yeah.
That's when I started getting into smoking round about that stage. Yeah. Yeah. It couldn't be
Yeah.
helped.
But that was the worst. What was your worst PE sport? I know what mine is straight away.
In like sort of like secondary school, for me it was cross country. I used to fucking hate the cross country.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I fucking hated it. Horrible.
Mine was the high jump.
Yeah.
I could not do it to save my life. Like the bar was literally lower than me, and I was like, you know what I mean? It was about waist height, and I was still struggling because you had to go and jump backwards over it, didn't you?
Yeah, so me and you are not the tallest of blokes, are we? I mean, you're a little bit taller than me, but we're not the tallest of guys. So that high jump and stuff is not going to be. I mean, my mates were always a lot bigger than me. I was short and shot up a little bit at the end of school, but no, high jump, long jump, none of that shit. When sports day, I always got put on the fucking shot put or the discus. That's what I did. And then I was a token 100-meter relay person as well.
No, I was just particularly shit at it, so I never got chosen.
Yeah.
But I mean, on the cross country, I mean, the cross country was really because I always end up at the back smoking. Then one year I discovered fucking because we had their big. It's called Wavertree Mystery. It's called they call it locally. They call it Wavertree Mystery. The back of our school. It's like a big park. We used to have to do the cross country around there. And then one year I discovered magic mushrooms.
We found magic mushrooms.
We found magic mushrooms growing.
What? And you went and out the ground, you foraged and found magic mushrooms, and you like dared to? Because what if there'd have been toadstools or something? Because they're poisonous.
Used to make baobabs off my tree. But anyway, yeah, I had some weird experiences.
You needed that sleep app, didn't you? At that point, right? Charlie has taken magic mushrooms. Charlie's walking like Mr. Soft.
I used to, in our school, they used to have these. They used to have like really professional pantomimes every year, and I used to always get involved with that, you know, with the sound and the lighting and stuff. And they used to always, because we always there late to school after night, and they used to always send me off to the off license down the road because I was the tallest. So I'd go off and get like the Blue Nun or the Merry Downsider and all that. You should get everybody's orders in like 10 Embassy, you know. Off I'd go. It was that was probably about the only sort of like good memories I have from school. The rest of it was shite. I fucking hated it. I hated the school I went to. Awful.
I hated school. I hated it. It's just
Too many
boring.
cucumber sandwiches and salmon, you know. It's fucking horrible, really.
I mean, the thing is that like everybody says about my school, they go on and they go, "Oh, well, it's all right for you," and I went, "No, it ain't," because do you know what GCSEs I came out with? Bear in mind, this was paid tuition. I
Yep.
got an E in maths.
Fucking
I
hell.
got D in everything, like English, science, the whole lot. And then I got a C in Christian studies
Ooh.
and an A star in music. That was it. That's all I got.
That's probably because the priest liked you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he could play a guitar. I mean, he is pretty good music. He can play loads of musical instruments, and he sucks a good cock. Well done. But he couldn't tell you. He couldn't tell you how many he'd sucked because he was rubbish at maths.
And I remember this lad in my class as well. He said to me, "Well, you think that's bad, Joe?" I says, "Yeah." He goes, "I got a D in English and a C in Spanish, and I've never even been to Spain."
That's awesome. I think the first time round, I got 5 C's and 4 D's, and the 4 D's, one of them was English literature. So I retook that and got a C in that. So I ended up with 6 C's, 3 D's. But the D's were expressive art, design and technology, and something else. What was the other one? Religious studies. I got a D in religious studies as well. I took religious studies instead of history and geography because I thought it'd be easier. And I'll be honest with you, it was fucking rock hard. It was really hard. I can remember having to write an essay on the caste system in India. That was the kind of shit you had to do. But yeah, I had to retake English, and then I didn't do any A levels. I didn't get any A levels. I went to sixth form, got kicked out of sixth form. I threatened one of the teachers. He'd have battered me as well. I was pissed. I'd gone to the pub at lunchtime. I think I told you about it. It was this fat fucking teacher, and he was like giving me shit. So I told him I was going to batter him, and then I got booted out of there. I apologised and went back, but then quit again. It was just horrible. But then I ended up like this. This is something for people out there who like maybe have kids or whatever. I just wasn't right for education at that time. I just wasn't like.
Either was I.
And then I went to uni and did really well at uni. When I was like,
uni did really shit. Yeah,
but did you go straight from? Did you go straight from school though?
No, I left school at 16 with nothing basically, and then I went back to college, did sort of like O levels, and then I went back to do like the access course. I think you went on an access course as well, didn't you? I did maths, physics, and chemistry access, and I liked that. I loved that course. It was only 12 months. Yeah. And I loved that course, and I did really, really well on it. I think I got the equivalent to 2 B's and a C.
Yeah.
But then I went to uni, and uni again, that academic thing. Some people are academic, and I'm not. As you know, I'm good. The washing machine proved to you. So I'm good with that. Academia, me and academia don't mix. I just like the practical side of everything, basically. Yeah. I think I got my only O level. I did O levels. I never did GCSEs. I got a B in woodwork, I think, because I got on with the woodwork teacher.
Yeah. I think, the site... Go on, Joe, sorry.
I was going to say, there was literally only music that I paid any interest in at school, really. So there's no wonder I passed it. But the thing is, that's all I wanted to do. I remember as a kid, that's all I wanted to do. And I thought to myself, well, I don't care about anything else. But then obviously when I came out of school and I'd only got these, that was literally my only GCSE, really. Because Christian Studies was RE. It's just, we called it Christian Studies at our school.
Yeah,
I don't know why. But the thing is that it's just that. And I came out and then I went to college.
Double fellatio.
But I couldn't do my music course because I got a D in science and I needed to have a C or above. And
So did you go
so,
to college after school?
yeah, I went to South East Derbyshire, up here that's now Morrison's.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I went there for a year because I had to do a foundation course because I'd only got 2 GCSEs. But I retook my maths, my English. I got C's in both of them, and then obviously I came out of there with a distinction star in business and finance. Then I went to the next course, but I had to do that at HENA, and I
Hmm.
absolutely loved college. If I could go back to any point in my life, it'd be then. I just I just found my confidence. I found, that because, like I say, I was in private education, so I saw everybody outside of our school as literally scary, sort of. I didn't know the world, I didn't know how anybody else sort of worked, things like this. And then when I went to that college, um, it was Hina that opened it all up because that's where we got just everybody who wanted to actually do the courses. And I was
Yeah.
just like, you lot are sound. Like, what have I been worried about all this time? Do you know what I mean?
Maybe that. I think that private education, you were out of place there, weren't you? You didn't really want to
Yeah,
be
I
there,
didn't
and
fit,
maybe
mate.
if you'd have, yeah, you'd have been better with us, wouldn't you? Like just
Well,
normal
I
people.
went to grammar school, and I think if I would have just gone to the normal secondary school, I'd have been fine. I went to a grammar school, basically. I mean, I don't know
Yeah.
if like the career service. Did you have career services in your schools? I know
Yeah,
the
but they
one
were
that I had.
shocking.
Yeah, in my school, it was like all they kept saying to me every time I went there. You're looking for advice. You're taught, go and be a policeman. I don't want to be a
Yeah,
fucking policeman.
I just got to
That's all
join
they
the
got.
army.
Yeah, it's
That's
like,
all I
Well,
cared.
that's
yeah,
all I wanted to do from a very young age was go in the armed forces. So I
Yeah,
was quite, I was already. It was either that or go and train to be a joiner like my dad was or whatever. It was like I never had any lofty ambition as a kid at all. It was literally so from the age of probably 12, I wanted to go in the armed forces. Originally the Marines, and I decided against that, got talked out of that, and I wanted to go in the army. My dad talked me out of that, and then it was the RAF. So I actually went and did the RAF. Did the barb test and passed that and failed the medical when I was 17 because I put it back a little bit. I thought I'll go and see if I can get a couple of A levels because you can get a better ranking. You can go in at a higher rank if you get the A levels. I thought I'll do that and try and get in the air crew as opposed to like a mechanic or whatever. And then I fucked up and didn't enjoy sixth form whatsoever. So I went and applied and got through to the medical bit and I failed the medical on my hearing. So I was fucking a kid at 17, 18-year old and I was just distraught. I was like, fucking, I didn't know what to do with myself. And I went back to the recruitment office after the medical. I was going in as a weapons technician. So I'd actually done all right on the barb test. It was like quite a decent level that I'd got to. It weren't like the low end. Um, it was kind of the highest level you could get in without extra qualifications, I think. So I was going to go and be a
yeah.
weapons technician. When I went back to the army, I was a 17-year-old kid. I was in tears. All I'd wanted to do for the last 5 years was go in the forces. And the army guy turned around to me and said, "Why don't you apply to come in the army?" He says the RAF, you know, it's a much higher level that you need medically to get in. And I never
Yeah.
did. And the RAF had said, "Come back in 6 months because it looks like you've got an ear infection. So come back and do it." And I never did. I never went back and did it. So, like, that's, I mean, I regretted that for a long, long time. Like, throughout my
Mm.
late, 20s, I properly regretted not doing that and
Yeah.
into my 30s, I suppose. But yeah, so that's all I ever wanted to do. I remember like my career meetings were dead easy. It was like, what do you want to do? Well, I'm going in the RAF, I'm going in the army, whatever. And never did. In a way, I'm glad I didn't.
Well,
yeah,
I just want to do stage lighting because I said we were doing like lighting and sound and that with
yeah.
the pantomimes. That's all I wanted to do, and well, you can't do that. Even when I went back and did my access course, I went to the careers place in the college, and they said, well, I said, I need some help. I want to be a lighting technician, a cameraman, whatever. How can I do that? Fair play to them. They hunted down and they found like the only place you can do is the Rose Bruford College in Kent. It's like an acting college in in Kent. They said, but the only problem with that is unless you can find funding for it, you're gonna have to pay for your course. You need to find somebody who will fund it for you. Yeah, right. That ain't gonna happen. So they said, go and do. I went to do electrical engineering, like your Andrew.
Yeah.
So I went to do like electrical engineering in Loughborough. I'd like the other guy we had on the other week, Dave, is it?
Yeah.
The AI guy. So I went to do in Loughborough, and it was too hard. It was too hard. It was just like crazy.
Well, that stuff now you can do all that, can't you? Light, media, lighting, my nephew was doing media and film production. He didn't finish his course, but yeah, there's loads of stuff. I'm going to do a film course at the Broadway in Nottingham, and that's all about. It's everything from pre-production all the way to post production. So it's all the cameras and everything like that. There's a lot of behind the camera stuff as I'm doing a lot of in front of the camera stuff at the minute, but that's always interested me and whatnot. And I do my own. I've got my own self-tape. I've got a little pop-up studio that I put up when I do some self-taping and stuff for the acting piece. It is interesting getting all that right. But that's a shame. That's a real shame, isn't it? That I mean, now.
Yes, I always thought I never had like that creative side and stuff, because that bit got taken away from me when I was younger. But like as I said a few weeks ago, this pod has made me realise that I am actually, quite creative in a way.
Yeah.
I've got that back, which
that job now, that you're on about, you can get them everywhere. Like, because there's so many YouTubers that are always after, like, lighting technicians, sound engineers, cameramen for a start, or camera people, should we say. But yeah, there's always that, it's mad how the world's changed, isn't it? From, like, especially you, Charlie. Like, I don't know what sort of would have been like, an admirable job back then. Like nowadays, 90% of people want to be YouTubers. That's literally it.
I don't know what was everybody into. I don't know. I mean, you just sort of like think about what you want to do yourself, don't you?
I think a lot of the stuff at our place, you'd got at our school, you'd got like the people who were good at football. They wanted to be footballers. You'd got like there was a couple of people who were good at athletics that I knew at school. You'd got the very rare ones that like wanted to be doctors and stuff, and so you knew that they were going to uni, and this, that, and the other. 90% of the people that I went to school with, I pretty much think they were, or the ones who I'd consider mates, were like, I'm going to be a plumber, or I'm going to be, not. There was not that. There wasn't this YouTube-y bollocks then, was there? There was none of that. So, and certainly, like, I mean, I did some work with Aim Higher at uni when I was doing my degree. I worked with them, and it was all about raising the bar for kids and getting them into higher education. There wasn't really any of that. I don't think there was that encouragement. It was starting because you'd got GNVQs in business and travel and stuff like that. So they were kind of starting to do that. My biggest regret, apart from the army shit, was that I didn't go to college, though. I totally agree with you on that, Joe. It was like sixth form was utter crap, absolute crap. And I think if I'd have gone to college, I might have gone straight to uni as well, which is a different route.
I only went to do the other course because I thought I have no real idea what I could do. I thought, can you make money in music? Is it possible? You know what I mean? Unless you're absolutely famous, I don't think that it's possible. But that was all, that was all flipped on its head when I actually did it.
So if you'd have been born in London. Yeah. If you'd have been born in London or something like that, then that'd have been fully like a a possibility. That'd have been all around you, wouldn't it? The entertainment industry and
Yeah.
theatre and music. You know, it's.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, because it was all based down there then. There was nothing up
yeah,
Yeah.
north, was there?
exactly.
They've moved up,
Apart from
the BBC moved up to Manchester now, haven't they, more or less? You know,
apart from like End of the Pier or soap operas that were
yeah,
probably being filmed up there, like
yeah,
Emmerdale and Corrie and stuff like
yeah.
that. Yeah, but yeah, the Midlands and North, you know, it's getting better now. I think that opportunities are becoming more frequent, and like Joe said, you know, you have got that and it's never too late, mate. If you know, if you want to get into learn to do something like that, there's loads of short courses now that you can enroll on and go and
Yeah.
learn those bits and pieces. It's never too late.
No,
And
but I'm going to say,
you
so I
know,
left college thinking, like, is it possible? Like, because obviously when I was at college, my whole focus was to go to university. Like, that's literally
yeah,
all I was thinking about because that's what was being pushed on us, if you like. So it's like,
yeah,
look, get through your course, do well with it, let's get you to uni, and then you'll have a great time. But I never got that opportunity because halfway through towards the end of the college course, I got approached by Green Day to go and gig professionally with them, and
yeah.
that's what I did. Obviously,
But you're not
like
going to turn that down, are you?
no, I had to like really work hard at it and stuff, and it was it's a chapter of my life that at the time it was phenomenal. So, and
Mm.
now it's like throughout all of that, I was like thinking to myself, if I don't do music, what could I do? Because I didn't know what else I was any good at. And to be honest with you, I'm not the brightest person in the world at all. But it's like there's always jobs for people if you're willing to go and learn them, and that's what I've been doing over these past few years. Is just literally just submersing myself in loads and loads of different areas, like with the bar work, all that sort of stuff. I'm also looking at joinery. I've been doing a bit with that. I've worked on a building site now. I've anything that I can just get involved with, like I just do it just so I've got some form of experience because I just think the last thing that I want to do is depend on my passion. And that's not something that I want as my main career. Not now. But yeah.
Mm.
No, it's all good.
Anyway, we're all going to be millionaires this time next year, boys.
Yeah. Shall we have a quick break?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
have a break. And
Let's
we
have.
haven't spoken about Trump, have we?
We'll do that in second half, mate. Shall we? Right. Join us back after the break for What's Trump Done?
See you guys.
Oh.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Funnyfarm Pod. I've introduced it because, as a lot of you know, I moan about prices. I love it. I literally love moaning about prices of stuff. Now, I went in a supermarket yesterday and found a packet of chocolate digestives. Here they are.
I love chocolate digestives.
Are they the original? Are they original, are they, Joe, or are they Aldi's own?
Aldi, they are.
These are
Or
actually
Belmont?
Belmonts,
Yeah.
so they're Audis. But what got me about this? Now, I mean, call me weird. I know I am.
You
There's
weird.
I found a receipt, but I've lost it again. I had it out because I was going to do it, but I found a receipt right from 2021, and for a pack of these at the time was 37p.
Wow, I was going to say 40.
Now,
That's a shock, no.
now the 99p. But that's not the bit that I wanted to moan about right now. The bit I wanted to moan about was the reason why we got chocolate digestives is because Helen wanted some malted milk. You know, the chocolate malted milks they do.
They're dead nice,
Now,
they are, yeah.
yeah, they're banging. Now, for a standard pack of malted milk without the chocolate is 49p. So That's a reasonable price. You know what I mean? We'll go with that. For the chocolate ones, £1.29.
That's shocking.
And
That's shocking.
Helen went. She goes, "Yeah, but they've got chocolate on." And I went, "Yes, but let's open up a biscuit now, or on this because I want one."
Getting back to your malted milks, did you just get the plain ones and melt your own chocolate over the top of them?
No, we've got these instead
All
because
right,
what I
okay.
was going to say was,
Alternative.
now if you
Pudding.
look at the biscuit, the width of that biscuit, I'd say that's a
Yeah,
good
okay.
95% biscuit with like a 5% slither of chocolate upon that back. Why does it cost more than double for that 5% of chocolate? Which is what annoys me.
Because people buy them. People buy them.
Sorry, my dog's
People pay
being a
that.
bell. Come here.
What did he say?
Come
He's
here.
got to play the dog's bell.
No, he's being a bell, is what I said,
No,
Charlie.
that's
Right.
shocking, Joe. It's no, you're right. You're right. And I reckon we should get a petition together.
Well, there's three of us. That'd be.
we don't sign it. Yeah. Are we?
I
Are we
know. I
petitioning?
think. I
Who
think
are we
you're.
petitioning though? Are we petitioning Aldi, Belmont, or the government?
I think you're right, and I'm wrong on this, Joe. But I don't give a shit. I don't check prices. Do you? I mean, I sometimes go, fucking hell, that's a lot of money. When I get to checkout and they go, that's 25 quid, and it doesn't feel like I've bought much. But I don't check the prices at all. You're better than me because you do, and
I
you can
do.
hold people to account. But I don't check fuck all.
I check
Yeah, but
prices. I hate it. I hate it when my wife comes shopping with me because she'll buy any old shit that you don't need.
yeah.
And she's Aldi's and fucking Lidl's. Those centre aisles are made for her. You know what I mean? She will buy
Come
any
on,
shit.
Charlie, we need a MIG welder.
Yeah. Basically, honestly, she'll buy anything. But yeah, I do check my prices when I'm going out, and I am shocked at some of the times. You're going down I'm just trying to think of an example, but some of the stuff that's shot up over the last 12, 18 months is ridiculous. It really is.
Eight
Jane,
beans and peas.
Bottles of Diet Pepsi, Diet Coke in Aldi at £2.15. And you can go we got a Sainsbury's by ours. We only got Sainsbury's and Aldi and a Tesco Express. But you can go to Sainsbury's and you get two bottles for £3.
what's he got in his hand?
I don't know. It's all blurred. Is
A
it like
Is
sword.
it a
yours?
screw?
It's a sword.
Oh,
It's a sword.
I wondered what you were playing with, mate.
I was
It's
just
a
gonna
sword.
say that it's like the reason, Chris, that you live the way that you do with this, like you've got that view on it, is because I strictly pay myself £20 a day, so I
Yeah.
have to make that £20 like completely last throughout this shop. I mean,
I
I'm not
think
saying that I've only got that. I mean, if I've not spent what I've spent from the day before, then and anything at the end of the week, I just bank it. And so
yeah.
it's like
I
when it
think
comes to
there's
God,
a point that is a little bit moot on this as well, is that I don't do our weekly shop.
no,
So I'll buy stuff through the week. I'll like if I'm at a gig or something, or I'm coming back from wherever I'll ring Jane and say, do we need anything? And she'll say, yeah, can you get us some milk or whatever? And I'll go and I'll buy bits and bobs like that. So I'll do that, and I don't look at the price of stuff then. It's like I do like when I buy like ham and stuff like that. I will look like 2 for £4, and I'll make sure I get that cut. I do that,
yeah,
but I don't like look at the. I don't. To be fair, I don't go in Aldi or it's always like Co-op or Sainsbury's, the little ones. So I know they're fucking extortionately expensive anyway. So it's
yeah.
if I'm choosing to go in there, I guess I'm already bending over and letting the corporations fuck me, aren't I, in a way? But
Up the back jigger.
yeah, up the back jigger, yeah. Which fucking hellfire. That's gone out today. That episode, as you know, and I have never worried I have never worried about anything that we've done on this pod because, as I say, we don't edit, and I am not bothered about what we say.
It's just an entry.
That kept me awake, mate. I could do with that sleep app to get me to sleep, and it just needs to whisper in my ear, "Don't worry about the word jigger. The J word is fine."
Maybe that's what the dislikes are.
They ain't got it.
They couldn't have possibly watched that whole fucking hour and a half in 30
So
minutes.
just to put some context to what Joe's just said there, I posted out. So that today is the 9th. It's Monday, 9th of Feb. Put out a guest episode, which is out there now. Go and watch it. It's a cracking episode with my cousin Andrew, who's also a technology expert. That's what he does, like technology, telecommunications, all that shit. And I put the video out at 11:18. Checked back at 11:30, so it'd been out for 12 minutes. We'd got 1 like and 2 dislikes. In 12 minutes, the video is an hour and 35 minutes long. So these dislikers, they really do make me laugh because they're literally they must be subscribing. They must have had
subscribe and had a notification. They've
had a notification and then just gone straight in and gone dislike. So whoever you are, thanks.
Yeah, thanks for the subscription.
Yeah. And also for context, I'm going to keep saying this. A jigger is what is known around our area as a ginnel or
jitty.
Jitty.
No, the back of a shot, like it's the kind of like road bit, isn't it? It's not really a road, it's a path.
Back entry.
So because it's a dark entry,
an alleyway.
The Liverpudlians call it. Yeah, an alleyway. It's like the bit in between the houses and the back of the houses, isn't it? And there's loads of them in Liverpool. That's how they built it. In cities, isn't it? Like the terraced bits and whatnot. All owned by Robbie Fowler, probably.
Yeah, we all live in the Robbie Fowler house. Robbie Fowler.
Yeah. So yeah, lots of stuff. But yeah, dislikers, keep going because I think it helps in a way. It does. Yeah, check our shorts as well. Check our shorts feed. Check everything. If you want to write in, hello@funnyfarmpod.co.uk. And on that note, Charlie, have we got anything that you need to be doing?
Why do you do this to me when you haven't even given me the secret sign?
Well, let's carry on talking, Joe.
Go on. I've got to find the app.
Are those biscuits nice?
Yeah, they are. They're well nice. I wish I never got them out now because I'm just eating them, aren't I?
Oh, what's that? What's that, Joe?
I don't know.
Charlie's having a fit.
Sounds like a really bad smell.
Get out!
We got some messages from the herd. We haven't had any emails for a while, I've got to say.
Drop us an email. hello@funnyfarmpod.co.uk.
Yeah. We've had a few. I'm just going back on some of the comments we've had on our posts. Of course, we've. I think this is your cousin. Actually, he's been commenting quite a bit. Chris, is it Kyle Jack Richmond Redfern?
Yeah. No, it's my nephew. It's my nephew.
Is when we were doing one of the. Oh yeah, look at this. Joe's just hit the nail on the head there with that. I had a picture. I put a picture up of saying Pod Day, and my screen was covered in gunge. And what did he say? He said, "Is that glare or is that actually dust on your screen?" And it was actually snot, because I probably sneezed over it about half a dozen times before we did that. I was that ill, and I still need to clean it, actually. As a good reminder, I'll have to give her a little wipe. And the screen. Anyway, we've also had a Yisan Trishan. I think he comes from a foreign country, but he's been trying to sell us his services on a follow us pick. So we have I've done a chat GPT thing. I know not a lot of you people like our chat GPT images. I've had a bit of shit over that, but I don't give a fuck. And it's trying to hit our target for 500 followers on Facebook. And he commented, "I made you an offer, but you didn't want to take it. Best wishes on your podcast journey."
I think he's been liking quite a lot. If I think he's somebody that's followed me, or that's
Yeah,
somebody with a very similar.
he's trying to sell us stuff.
Yeah. There's
I
loads of
think
them out there, and look, fair
I
play.
think he was, yeah, but I think he was the one who you told him to fuck off in the messages, Chris, and he's
Did I
still
tell him
going.
to fuck off? Did I? Okay.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
I don't think I actually went, "Why don't you fuck off?" Though, did I, Charlie?
You did.
Did I actually tell him to fuck off?
Yeah. Why have you said that to him? He's only trying to sell us some stuff, you know. But anyway, you did actually say fuck off. But
Well, anyway, you're very welcome to keep watching the pod, mate. And any free hints and tips, pop them in an email. hello@funnyfarmpod.co.uk.
we'll read them out on the pod.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we got our super duper star who's always... I don't think he actually watches any pods, but he does actually watch all the shorts and he comments on all the Facebooks. Well, most of the Facebooks do. But it was, remember the pod we did about... is it Rosie Jones, her name, that comedian? Commenting on no, she was commenting on Ricky Gervais and was it on Jimmy Carr?
Yep.
Is her name Rosie Jones?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So this is from Kev. You know, Kev does like to ramble a bit as well.
Yeah.
So get your coffees and teas out. So Kev says, "You can say you don't think they're funny. I don't care much for Jimmy Carr. He really makes me laugh. But other people disagree. They're just wrong. Is all." Don't know what that means, that bit at the end there, Kev. "I like Gervais, but then had second thoughts because of how he treated Robin Ince. And to an extent, Carl Pilkington. Though he seems not to mind as much and accepts it as the price of his own fame, which in itself is pretty toxic." Now, I know who Carl Pilkington is, but I don't know who Robin Ince is. Do you know who Robin Ince is?
So Robin Ince was in The Office. He's a comedian. I've never seen him, I don't think, so I can't comment on whether he's any good or not. But I know he's done all right. I think Robin Ince, if you remember back to The Office, did you watch The Office?
No, I wasn't into it.
No, so he's in he comes in. He's a bit part in an office where Brent interviews a couple of people. One of them's a woman, one of them's a bloke. I think Robin Ince plays the bloke. And there was some stuff on. I think he did some interviews about how he kind of hinted that Gervais was a bully, that kind of stuff. And I can't. There's no way of commenting on whether or not that's true or not. And I think obviously that's what Kev's alluding to, I should imagine. But what you have to kind of say is that, you know, Robin Ince did all right out of it. You know, he did pretty well out of it. Carl Pilkington.
I know Carl Pilkington.
Yeah, I think Carl Pilkington. I think he's a mate of Gervais's. I think he's I think they're friends. I think he did an Idiot Abroad thing, didn't he, with Carl Pilkington, and he was in not extras. He was in Derek. I don't know. No, I can't comment on whether or not.
But I mean, as you know, Kevin always has a bit of a rant, so it does go on. It's good to get his point of view, actually. But it says like, "Now, Mrs. Brown's boys, you can, in capital letters, say isn't funny. That is just dog shit."
I agree.
So do I. "I'd say it's an objective matter of fact and can probably be proven scientifically. People who do find them funny have probably got some mild learning difficulties. I'm joking, of course, but only 25% joking. It's for people who laugh when they see two people wearing similar jumpers."
Yeah, thanks, Kev.
As always.
There was one that I can't even remember what it was. I read one of Kev's the other day, and I don't know what you might have it. I don't know. Have you got any more Kev stuff to read out? Or...
No.
So there was one where I can't even remember what it was, but I can't even. I've gone into it thinking I can tell you about this, and I can't. Kev's answer was your mum, or something like that, and I can't remember exactly what it was. I can't remember exactly what it was, but so Kev's a good lad. I like Kev.
He
I
is.
don't wholeheartedly agree with everything you said there, but I kind of do. The Pilkington thing I can't comment on. The Robin Ince thing that it was alleged. I think there was a video where he mentioned that he'd I think everybody knows that Ricky Gervais is a bit of a practical joker, and I think that some people can take it, some people can't, and I think Robin Ince is one of those that can't take it. If I'm right in thinking that he just couldn't take the jokes.
I haven't got a clue who he is, so I couldn't possibly comment on that. Joe looks like he's enjoying his digestives anyway.
I am. I'm just sat here eating food a
We
pack
saw,
of got a pack of mints.
we saw you sucking the tea out of them a minute ago.
How many have you eaten, Joe?
5.
Oh, that's not too bad, is it?
Just if I could eat the whole pack by the end of this.
I would easily, if I had a packet of digestives in front of me, chocolate digestives, I'd easily eat the whole packet to myself. I offer them to other people just out of courtesy, but I'd buy them because I know Jane doesn't like them.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing quickly going on that. There's a mate of mine, and he went, he kept a digestive in the tops. So he got a leather jacket on, and you know, they have that little bit of a zip pocket there.
Yeah.
And I went out, we went drinking, this was years ago, probably about 7 years ago. And after we'd done drinking, I says, "Oh, do you want to get something to eat?" And he goes, "Oh, you are. I bought mine with me." And he literally put his hand in this pocket and pulled out this digestive, not a chocolate one, just a normal digestive biscuit. And I went, "What is it? Have you got any more?"
It's not Nick and Bob, is it?
He went,
You see, there's
"No,
something
I've got no more."
So there's something inherently wrong with that, because I don't know. I don't know. Let's see what you think about this. A chocolate digestive, good for any occasion. Don't need a cup of tea for it. A normal digestive is shit without a cup of tea, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
You wouldn't
No.
You wouldn't sit and snaffle a packet of digestive biscuits, but you would easily with the chocolate on it.
Yeah.
So your mate, when Kev was talking about learning disabilities before, has your mate got learning disabilities?
I'm guessing, but is talking of that, not talking of learning disabilities, but talking
What's
of
Trump
like,
done?
hang on, quick before we get there, quickly let me say this. The other night, there's a takeaway literally down the bottom of Bash Street here, and we play darts at the pub across the road. And now and again, we go over there, get a bag of chips or something. You all right, Charlie?
Charlie fell over.
I just dropped it with the keyboard.
We go over there, get a bag of chips, and as I was waiting inside there, this bloke was at the counter, and then this other bloke came out, and he went, "Cheeseburger with salad," and there's literally me and this other bloke, and he just went, "Oh yeah, cheers, mate." Unwraps this, you know how they wrap them up in that like paper, don't
Foil.
they? Yeah, unwrap that. Got the burger out of that case, right, full of like, I don't know, ketchup on it, mayo, the lot on this burger, salad and everything. Thanks, bud. Stuck it in his back jeans pocket. Just nothing on it, just stuck this burger straight down the back pocket of his
He's
jeans.
obviously had a great night, hasn't he?
And I was just like, and I watched him walk out, and I was like, "Are you alright or what?" And I thought, there's some odd people about, and you know, serious, who the hell takes a burger
mad.
out of a box, chucks it in your back pocket?
I thought you were going to say, I was in the chippy the other night, and some big bloke walks in and shouts, "Pie in the fat, please, mate."
No, what happened next, though? He turned round after putting this burger in his pocket and he went, "Don't worry, I've got a digestive here." Anyway, what's Trump been doing, Chaz?
Oh, you know what? He's been doing that much, hasn't he? The guy, it's just like unbelievable that somebody is running a country who's like got so much fucking shit on him, basically. I think I did talk about him shitting himself, didn't I, in that press conference last week? I told you about that, didn't I?
Yeah, I saw a picture the other day with him walking down. I think he'd got white trousers, and it looked like, I don't know if that was the official picture of him shitting himself, but
Well, I mean, I think
uh,
the whole Epstein files. I mean, he's going to get screwed, isn't he? I mean, I don't know how long he's going to last. And I just think he's trying to. There's a lot of deflection going on now with him. What I mean, I think the impact of the Epstein files as well. I mean, I was reading about over the weekend about Prince Andrew and Ferguson. Oh, God, that's Sarah Ferguson. She's just as bad. I mean, she was basically Epstein would sort of like message Ferguson and say, oh, "I've got some friends coming over. Can the girls, his girls, show them around Buckingham Palace, Eugenie and what Beatrice, I think it was,
Beatrice.
and Eugenie. They were about 19 or 20, but they've in effect been fucking groomed, haven't they? Because
I
Andrew's
know
been
that
kind of scared of that young,
I
since they were
watched
young. You know what I mean? It's just fucking bizarre.
over the weekend, like because of this been going on about Mandelson and stuff. I've kind of and like I did a video on TikTok about the fact that I don't have a fucking clue what's been going on. I mean, this happened well, that interview with him was 2019, so like before COVID, and I have no idea what's going on. But there's bits in these programs and whatnot that go on about how he invited Epstein to one of his girls' like 17th or 18th birthday party, and you're like, what the fuck kind of craziness is that? He knew that this guy's a nonce. I watched the interview with Andrew, and I always thought that picture was fake. I remember looking
Yeah,
at it and thinking it doesn't look real. That doesn't. But when you watch the interview, I think it's like undoubted that he's guilty. He's done these things, and stuff. I didn't know that about Fergie though. I didn't know
oh,
that she was.
she's a fucking monster. She is as well. I mean, she was like, he messaged her again saying, can the girls come show my friends around Buckingham Palace? And she said, oh, I think Beatrice is busy this weekend. She's having a weekend off shagging. She's shagging some fella this weekend. Fancy saying that about your own daughter to some fucking known fucking sex predator? You know,
Wow.
it's fucking unreal. Absolutely
I
unreal.
I'm I mean I think there's like everybody knows I'm not a royalist. I don't like the royal family. I think they're privileged pieces of shit, and they're just not required. They're just not required. And I think this goes all the way back. Like I think it's I think the fact that Andrew's now got Mountbatten back in his name rather than being called Prince Andrew is quite apt, because they were fucking nonsense, weren't they? Let's be perfectly honest with you. And his dad and all this, that, and the other, and all that kind of stuff. They were. I don't know. It just like I think the whole royal thing. They live above. They
But
live in a bubble that's completely away from us.
it's not
In
just
there.
them. It's not just them. It's all the elite, isn't it? It's them. It's all these billionaires. Jeff Bezos, he's implicated in it. Fucking what's his face, the Microsoft guy. Um,
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates. There's Elon Musk. There's all of them. And just Steve Jobs' name's not being pulled up in there
Mm.
from Apple. He's not being pulled up in there. He obviously had models, didn't he? But all these people who were getting fucking, Richard Branson, they're all getting pulled up in this now, aren't
I
they?
watched one of the dramas. It was that Scoop that's on Netflix, and again, I don't know how much drama there is and how much was actually said. They've obviously researched it with the news team that researched it and did that interview with him. But there's one bit in there where he turns round Andrew. It's a drama, so it's not
Yeah.
necessarily. This may never have been said. But at one point, they're like pre-interviewing him before they do the Newsnight interview that was like properly like nailed him to the wall, didn't it? Really.
Yeah.
Um, but there's one bit where he turns around and says, "I don't understand why you're focusing on Epstein. I knew Jimmy Savile much better."
Yeah.
And it's like, Jesus Christ. I mean, whether that was a line that was put in for dramatization and whether that was fictionalized, I don't know. But like, or that could have been said. You know what I mean? It's crazy. And Jimmy Savile was like, weren't he like? One wasn't. I don't want to say this really, but wasn't he like linked to Prince Charles as well, King Charles?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't want fucking special branch coming and knocking on the door or anything. But
just because you're linked to somebody doesn't actually, necessarily mean you've sort of like been involved in their illegal activities, does it? Let's face it. But a lot of these people, it's not looking good for, is it? Especially when they're telling lies, like Prince Andrew, like Donald Trump, like Mandelson. They're telling lies, aren't they, to get themselves out of a situation? They're just digging themselves bigger holes.
How Mandelson's kept his title of Lord, I'll never know.
We'll be getting stripped of that, won't he?
It's going to have to be, isn't he? Let's be honest.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to get investigated by the police, and I wouldn't be surprised if he actually does time. To be honest with you,
I will stand by this. The country should be run by the working class. The country should be run by the working class. This is we shouldn't have like these right wing elite muppets anywhere near saying what we should and shouldn't be doing. They've got no morals. They don't. I think like I like watching like the interview with Andrew and all this, that, and the other. I just got the feeling that he was a bit special needs. Like he's been brought up in this bubble, and he's not. There's nothing like there that like how you were saying, Joe, about how you went to private school and then you went to college, and there was just a distinct difference between the people and the experience. I think that, like, if you transfer that further up the line, they just brought up in this. I mean, like, if you go back into history, like Greeks, and all this, that, and the other, it was like your wife was for homeliness and 14-year-old boys were for pleasure. That's like what the history says. And if you take that, does that come down line for the elite? Is that like something that was normal that's just not been taken out of normal for these people?
Not sure. I mean, it's just that I don't really know what to say on this whole thing because I don't know enough about it yet.
I don't either, really. I don't know.
After last time I commented, I got a backlash, so I just think until I've researched it, I'm just going to keep my own personal view private at the minute.
What backlash did you get?
Who backlashed you?
When I put out, when was it? About, I said something about, that comment chat, basically. And somebody put like every village needs an idiot, and we found him, and all this and stuff. So I just think like, just wait, I'll research it and then I'll say.
I think it's disgraceful that there's that much going on with these young women and these women now, these survivors of Epstein and Donald Trump can just dismiss it. Like, last week I think they said something to him and he said, why can't we forget about Epstein? That's old news now. We've got other things to worry about. How can you just be so blasé about something? He's not interested. He's not bothered.
Those girls and boys, and they're never going to forget about it. They're never going to ever be able to forget about it. So fuck you, Trump. We're fucking talking about you, idiot. Yeah. Anyway, we probably. I do get. I feel like, and I don't normally feel uneasy about talking about stuff, but I do feel a little bit uneasy talking about this. It's a bit of a. Because it's like it's happening now, isn't it? All these documents have been released, and it's all like, I think there's going to be a shitstorm coming.
There's a shitstorm brewing. There's a shitstorm brewing at the moment.
I do.
Anyway, write in and tell us your views, people. Hello at funnyfarmpod.co.uk. Sorry, Joe. Carry on, mate.
I'm going to say, I do know that you can access the email address of him, can't you? And make that
You
Don't know.
can
public.
you can actually go and download the files, yeah,
Yeah. So
if you want
it's
to.
crazy.
There's
Well, you
millions,
know I
millions.
want to, but
I'm not
yeah.
going to be doing that. I'm not going to be doing
No.
that. I tell you something, right? The dramas and stuff I can deal with, but I started watching the documentary about it last night, and I had to turn it off because it upset me. The detail that they kind of went into. There was one bit where they'd obviously got this girl talking about what happened, and I was just really uneasy. It made me feel very uneasy about it. So I can't. I think when they dramatise it and stuff, which is probably bad for me because it means that I'm not actually getting real news. I'm just getting
Yeah,
dramatised versions of it. But anyway, it's a shit show, and like my heart goes out to everybody who's affected by it because it's
Yeah, same.
yeah, it's just disgusting, and it's still going on, isn't it? It's not it's not like ended because and that's why Trump's talking out of his fucking shit yourself bumhole because it's not Epstein's dead. My wife's got a theory that he's not dead, by the way, and I think there's other people out there saying that he's not dead.
When did he
But
die?
2019 was it?
yeah, that I think it was around 2019 he got arrested, didn't he? And then he was waiting trial, and he allegedly killed himself or was killed. But there's so many people out there that would have wanted him dead at that point in time. It's hard to believe that somebody as bombastic as him would have done it. But it's this shit's still going on all over the world, isn't it? People are being trafficked, and it's just horrible. You can't even get into the mindset of A, why you would want to do it, and B, how it must be to be that person that's being used and abused and whatever. It's just horrible because the girl that was in the picture with Andrew killed herself as well, didn't she?
Yeah,
Did she?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she killed
Was
herself.
that last year, the year before? Yeah, yeah.
So anyway,
Very,
sad stuff. Please
very.
send your views in, people, and we'll happily talk about it. We need to talk about something happier, don't we?
Shall
Yeah.
we do the 45 too then?
So,
I
yeah.
think so. Yeah.
Hang on, I need to cue it up.
Joe, shall we just talk among ourselves while Charlie gets
Yeah,
himself
why not?
prepared?
Welcome to the funny farm. The lads are back causing harm, talking shite but full of charm. It's the Funny Farm Showdown.
And welcome to this week's Funny Farm Showdown. And today's subject is animals most likely to survive a zombie apocalypse. Thought this one would be right on cue for Joe. He likes this type of stuff.
You go first, Joe.
No.
He's thinking.
I
Look at his
need
thinking
to really
face.
think
He's
on
either
this.
thinking or he's choking on digestives.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for shark. Sharks are just double-hard bastards, aren't they? They're very fast. I don't think zombies are dead slow. I don't think I've ever seen a zombie film where they go in the water either.
That's very true. Well, Joe's going to say clownfish now, isn't he?
No. I'm going to say a sloth or a sloth.
Okay.
Because, let's be fair, they look like a zombie anyway. They're like,
They just fit in.
and they're like moving. So the zombies are just think, yeah, there's one of us. Yeah, so that's what I kind of thinking. Yeah, I don't really know what else you could go on. Like, because the thing is, it's a virus, isn't it? It's going to get everything anyway. It's Well, look at COVID. Let's just go by that. What animals have survived that?
Loads.
I mean, you could argue down the line of a burrowing animal, couldn't you? One that lives under the ground and can like survive wholeheartedly under the ground, because how they're going to come and get you. I don't know.
I don't know, but it depends if the virus is airborne or, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
it might be anything in anything that you eat as well, because that's what people don't realise. Like the stuff that's grown in the ground or whatever, has that been contaminated? You don't know. So I think with a
The song.
sloth, it kind of knows where everything's come from because it don't move far. So you know,
I mean,
it's got that.
arguably, fucking Ilkeston is a zombie village, isn't it?
I knew one of
Where,
you were going to say it. I knew one of you.
where,
Many
where,
sloths in Ilkeston.
yeah, where people put fucking
Burgers
burgers in their arse pocket. I really fucking hope he got home and just went and sat down on his settee.
Probably did.
Yeah, maybe that's what happened to Donald Trump. Maybe he just got a bacon sarnie with brown sauce in his back pocket. Yeah. Right, so we've got shark or sloth or sloth. Charlie, you're the deciding man.
I'm thinking I'm going to have to go for shark.
Oh, I thought Joe's was better than mine this week. To be fair.
No, I think you're right. I think I've never seen a zombie in the water on a lilo about to get jawed.
Thank you, mate. I'm quite good at this, aren't I? I win quite often. I've got to win. I've got to win at something in life, haven't I?
You got better with it.
You are a 45. Wait until they make it into like an Olympic sport.
Yeah, yeah. I think we could have a guest panel show based on the Funny Farm Showdown. I do, to be fair. We could, yeah. I don't know how long it'd last.
We could get some guest farmers in.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah, we could, couldn't we? Like Jeremy Clarkson and some people who've been on Emmerdale.
Jimmy's, isn't the one called Jimmy's? There's like a Jimmy's farm.
There's that bloke out of Emmerdale, isn't there, who's opened his farm up as well.
How about that fella from Blair? Hasn't he got a farm? The bass player from Blair.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. Well, that was a good showdown. A good pod. Have we got anything else we want to talk about before we wrap up this week? I think this has been one of the most bizarre pods we've done because we didn't plan this really, did we?
We never planned any of them.
No. I think sometimes you've got an idea of what you want to talk about, and I came on this morning and like didn't really have any idea about what I was going to talk about, and like the digestives must have just been Joe went to get his biscuits and thought I'm going to talk about the price of this, so it's been good. Please follow us on Patreon. We get early access and Patreon episodes. We have got about 5 or 6 Patreon exclusives on there at the moment, so you can only watch those if you sign up. It's patreon.com/funnyfarmpod. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on fucking everything. We're on Spotify. Anything else that we're on? Obviously, YouTube is our main place on there. If you want to go on there and dislike all of our videos, please do. That's fine as well. We don't mind. We don't mind at all. Anything else to say, lads?
Nothing from my end.
Or for my end. I'm
so
good.
If anyone's looking for a lighting technician apprentice, Charlie's up for it. So yeah. All right, guys, let's call that a pod. And thank you ever so much for listening and watching and everything like that. And we'll see you on the next one. Thank you very much, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.